Let's move on, though, into our next topic, Johnny, and we're taking a dive into the Avengers, into the MCU, and we're going subatomic, right? Is that the science behind the quantum realm?
Something like that.
Going subatomic, going real small into the quantum realm. We're going to fit between some molecules, and basically what we're talking about is both you and I saw Ant-Man a week late. We saw it yesterday, but we did see it finally, and they have the quantum realm in that. Duh. The one thing I will say is possible spoilers. Well, spoilers for Ant-Man. So if you have not seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, hit pause, come back. We'll be here. Spoilers for that. So just so you know, you have been warned. But we're taking a look at how the quantum realm is going to be used in the MCU now. And before we get into that specifically, I just want to ask you, what were your overall thoughts of Ant-Man? Yeah, well, Ant-Man and the Wasp, I should say.
There you go. Yeah, get that right. I actually liked it a lot. Same exact, like not same exact humor, but same exact level of humor I was expecting. We got great storyline. I had no quarrels with the movie. I liked it a lot.
They dove into the quantum realm, like
a lot
the
more
physics behind it. Well, the details behind it.
Also, they just dove into it a lot more.
Exactly, and we actually got to see it. Them getting Janet Van Dyne from it. But the first thing I want to ask you, because with me the only qualm I had with the movie is I didn't like how Cassie's mom was nice to Scott. It's weird. It was weird to me. I know you're giving me that look, but it was weird when I read in the comics that his wife hates him.
Yeah,
and
she also didn't like him a lot in the movie. First movie.
Yeah, I know, but so I wanted that to continue.
Well, let's put it this way. Think of it this way. She's trying to make it so because they've shared custody of the kid. So let's put it that way.
Maybe they can go back to her hating him in the third one.
Maybe.
Like after Cassie's in college.
Let's put it this way. She's trying to make it so she's doing it for the kid, not for Scott, not for her. She's being nice to Scott for the sake of their daughter.
True.
So there you go.
I'm just saying it was weird.
You're weird.
Here's the thing I want to ask you when it comes to the quantum realm. Because in Ant-Man and the Wasp, we obviously saw Janet Van Dyne, the original Wasp, was in the quantum realm. Yeah. She has been trapped in the quantum realm. We got the kind of little snippet that she linked herself to Scott so that she can communicate with
quantum entanglement.
Which the funniest thing is when Scott's like, "Do you guys just put that word in front of everything? Do you guys just put
quantum in front of everything?"
And it just makes sense, which it's funny because that's what it seems like they do. Oh, that's the quantum realm. Oh, it's quantum entanglement. Ooh, that's a quantum conversation. We're just going to put quantum in front of regular words.
I think we need to start doing that from now on.
But the question is, and this is a theory, so we see the Wasp in the quantum realm. We learned more about it. One of the theories, I'm just going to jump in right away to it, just jumping into the deep end of the pool, is there's a theory out there that Captain Marvel is in the quantum realm. There's the popular theory is that she's in space somewhere, but there is now a growing population that thinks that she is in the quantum realm, and what people are using to kind of help support it is that Kevin Feige and the director of Captain Marvel has said they're going to change her origin story just a little because it's too much like the Green Lantern, which is kind of bullshit, but whatever. What would you think, or what are your thoughts when people say Captain Marvel is in the quantum realm right now?
I can't see it. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, maybe her powers somehow start from the quantum realm, which could make sense because even in Ant-Man, again, we said spoilers, so I can say this.
Because we did see Ghost got her powers from the quantum realm.
And same with the very end when they were collecting energy from the quantum realm.
The vortex.
Yeah. When Scott shot or jumped in there and started collecting it with the containment unit. There we go. So yeah, I mean there's that. They have the energy from the quantum realm they're able to get. So, I mean, it makes sense that the powers come from, even we were reading about it earlier, Quasar, I believe it is, has gauntlets that pull energy from the quantum realm.
The Kree have bands that are like quantum bands.
Exactly. So, and her powers derive from the Kree. So, inevitably, her powers can come from the quantum realm. Be that as it may, it doesn't mean that she has to be in the quantum realm. Put her in space. I thought the initial idea was she was supposed to be fighting off the Skrull invasion.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Which to me would make more sense. It brings the storyline of, wow, I forgot his name for a second, Nick Fury, into because he's young Nick Fury. Both eyes are supposed to be there.
By the way, the technology we've seen it now for the second time. We saw it at the beginning of Ant-Man and the Wasp, where they de-aged Michelle Pfeiffer and Hank Pym. I can't remember the actor's name right now. And it's really bugging me that I can't remember his name. The de-aging that they did for that, they're going to use that for Samuel L. Jackson as well as Agent Coulson, too. Because Coulson's going to be in Captain Marvel because he's alive because it's in the past. So that's going to be really cool that they've perfected this de-aging technology so well to where they're going to de-age Samuel L. Jackson and Coulson for the Captain Marvel movie. But here's what I'm thinking with Captain Marvel of how she might get her powers. So you look online, the basis of the origin story is this. After an alien device mutated her DNA, Danvers transformed from a merely brilliant pilot into one of the most powerful superheroes in the universe. Now soaring among the stars, Carol Danvers is known as Captain Marvel. Here's the thing I wonder. Because the Kree have background in the comics of dealing with the quantum realm and trying to understand it, what if they do a thing of Mar-Vell is a quantum realm scientist where he's working with the quantum realm, and instead of a alien device mutates her DNA, something happens with a device in a lab with the quantum realm, and that mutates her DNA. Kind of like what we've already seen with Ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
What if, let me throw this one out there for you, because it's basically, I'm going to pull a lot of this off of the Avengers cartoon that was out in early 2010s-ish.
Okay.
So when we get Miss Marvel, or Captain Marvel, Mar-Vell is an alien, Kree alien, and then technically he's a zoologist of Earth. He's studying us.
Yeah.
But on the side of pretending to be a human, he's a scientist of another. What if his other side of it is he's playing around with stuff with the quantum realm, since the Kree do.
Side of it.
The Kree side of it, he plays around with the quantum realm, or he's actually in his human form pretending to be a scientist that works on the stuff with the quantum realm. Something goes wrong. Carol Danvers gets mutated from that. Yada, yada, yada. Miss Captain Marvel. I keep saying Miss Marvel because that's what she started out as.
Because here's another interesting thing of it is the research. Like, the fact that they can have... It's so easy for there to be a mishap with a quantum realm experiment like we saw with Ghost, because this movie's going to be taking place in the 90s. I mean, the technology that we're at present day is not the same as it was in the 90s. I know it's kind of that middle area of, like, we've already had Hank Pym and what we saw in Ant-Man 1, where it was like Hank Pym back in the day dealing with Tony Stark's dad. It's not that far back, but it's not that much removed from that. It's closer to that. It's kind of right in the middle. The more I think, I was going to say it's closer to that, but like if that's the 70s, that's what, 20 years?
20 years.
And then
before,
2018 is what, 20 years? So really,
it's like right in the middle.
It's smack dab in the middle of where our technology is at. I wouldn't like her, like, I wouldn't mind her getting them changing the origin stories to where let's wrap the quantum realm into
it.
everything.
Yeah, no, fine.
But I don't know if I want again, because this would be the third time. Janet Van Dyne was the first. Ant-Man is now the second, because technically he's left in the quantum realm.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing with that is he is not as deep as Janet Van Dyne was. She was in like the void or past the void. He is just in the quantum realm. He's not even that far deep into it. And I know that there's people that are like, oh, well, if Captain Marvel goes so far deep into the quantum realm, she can not age. And that's another thing that people are throwing into this possibility. And I'll ask you, does that play into it at all? That she seemingly looks like she's not going to age from the 90s to Avengers 4, which would be 20 years down the line. Where Janet Van Dyne, we saw her age.
Yeah, but Janet Van Dyne didn't necessarily... Well, as she's in the quantum realm, she picked up some new abilities. But if, like, we don't know how the mutation from the quantum... Whatever. Energy. Thank you.
We'll just throw it in front of a random word, right?
Yeah. Well, obviously, I'll use my quantum microphone, I'm going to say.
Yeah, we got quantum microphones, quantum headsets, a quantum camera.
See?
We'll just do it. If I was good enough...
Science!
If I was a good enough editor, because mine is just base value, what I would do is, we got a quantum camera, I would change it to where it's just heat signatures. Yep, we got it. It just measures quantum energy now. That's what the YouTube videos do. They're measuring our quantum energy. But go on with what you were saying.
So I mean, the quantum energy, we don't know how that affects Carol. Maybe it slows down her aging. Maybe she'll like age a year, or maybe she'll age like 2 years in that 20-year gap. We don't know. We don't know how that... Yeah, I guess you can send her into the quantum realm again, but why would that make... What sense would that make?
And it poses the question, the original theory of her being in space...
Yeah.
She would age then, though, if she was in space, correct?
Yes, she would.
Or is it something where, hey, you know what? The explosion that gave her powers, she just doesn't age anymore.
I don't know if I go that route 100%, because, I mean, you have just made her immortal then. But I mean,
she's supposed to be the trump card to Thanos.
Somewhat, yeah. My thought though would be, does she maybe, like I said, maybe her powers slow down her aging immensely. Look at Thor. He looks like
True.
This is supposed to be Hemsworth. He's supposed to look like what?
I'm 100 and something years old.
No, he's 1,000 and something years old. You learn in Avengers Infinity War somehow you haven't seen that. Spoilers. He's like, I'm 1,000 and something years old. I've been through immense battles, and Thanos is the worst I've ever had to go against. Damn, Thor, you look like you're 30.
Exactly.
Almost 20.
Exactly.
Something.
It could be that
Exactly.
simple.
It could be that simple, that it just slows down her aging immensely. Look at Captain America. Oh, I mean, no, that's not fair, because he got frozen in time. He still looks like he's in his 20s, though.
Exactly.
For what?
And that's a whole thing of, the super soldier serum could affect your aging.
Exactly. So why can't quantum energy do that?
Exactly. And let's move this away from Captain Marvel a little bit. Before I ask you the greater question of how the quantum realm will relate into Avengers 4, I want to ask you this. Ant-Man. We leave him in the quantum realm. That's where he is right now, which one of the things I want to say is bullshit is I read an article on Screen Rant where they said that, one, the mid-credit scene should have been in the movie, which my first thought is if you're going to a Marvel movie and you don't know to stay all the way through, that's your fault, not mine.
Exactly.
And number two, the big thing that I can't remember who the name of the guy who wrote it or the girl who wrote it, but they also said that, it doesn't leave us. It's usually a cliffhanger to the next movie. Well, this is kind of a cliffhanger.
I think it's a pretty
big cliffhanger of, holy crap, not only did they just kill 3 of the main characters, but how are we going to get Scott out of the quantum realm?
Exactly.
Because nobody knows he's there now.
Yeah.
The only thing is, and this is what I was going to ask you, we've seen set photos from Avengers 4. The main ones have Cap in his old suit, Iron Man and Ant-Man all together. The thing I want to ask you is put on your theory hat, put on your prediction hat. How do you think, first off, how does Scott get out of the quantum realm?
See, that's a hard one to figure out because maybe that's the reason they're going to try tying the quantum realm into
Avengers 4?
No, the other one.
Marvel?
Yeah, Captain Marvel is so that there's some way to save Scott from the quantum realm.
Like she saves him
Maybe
from
she
it?
saves him. Maybe something along with the...
She
quantum
saves
realm.
him a la Van Dyne, and then she... I wouldn't like this because it would basically be Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh, I've linked to your mind quantum entanglement, and now you have to... The Avengers have to save me because I'm the only one that can help you. That's another thing we didn't mention, is if she's in the quantum realm, could she still get the signal from Nick Fury? Because Nick Fury hit the button.
I mean, they have...
Can she just say, oh, he needs me, out of the quantum realm?
See, that's the question. I don't know how she would do that. I mean, we don't know how her powers are going to work.
We won't know until March 8th.
Exactly. So, I mean, we can't really, it's hard to speculate on what she's going to do because we don't know what her powers can let her do with that when it comes to the MCU.
But how do you think Scott's going to get out of the quantum realm?
That's what I'm trying to debate about. I wonder if Tony's going to find some way to do it or even Scott's going to find a way to send a signal. I feel like someone's going to have to someone's going to have to find the apparatus that's sitting on that roof.
True.
Maybe that signature.
But
all I know is
But the thing you got to look at is what they were in San Francisco, correct?
Yeah. Oh, true.
They're not in New York. Even the end of the post credit scene. Yeah, I get it was funny. Antoine was playing the drums.
Yeah.
But the thing that it set up before is nobody's there.
Yeah.
Like, this is post-snap. Like, even the TV was like, eep. Yeah, exactly. To where, like, nobody is there. Who's going to find that thing?
Yeah, we don't know who disappeared. We don't know if Luis disappeared. We don't know if... He's the only other one that may know where that van is.
Yeah.
Because that's technically his van.
I'll be honest. I was not expecting... Like, I was expecting them to keep two of them around. Like Ant-Man, maybe like Ant-Man and Van Dyne, like the Janet Van Dyne.
Yeah.
Man, after the video, like after the movie, I told you guys who we were with. I was like, that is better than I wanted.
Yeah.
That is so, like, I know that people just died, like 3 characters that I love, but that is so much better than what I was concocting in my mind. Of just have all of them leave and trap Scott in the quantum realm.
Yeah, that was... I didn't know how to take that at first. I was just like in utter shock when that happened. So I'm still trying to figure out ways, especially since we just saw it last night. How is he going to get out of there? Is it going to be Tony Stark figures out something? Because he just started to figure out the nanotechnology. Is he going to start going smaller? Is Scott going to somehow figure out how to quantumly entangle? Just enough of a message to say, guys, I'm stuck.
Because the question is, are they going to use quantum technology to time travel?
That's the best bet because they don't have Doctor Strange or the Time Stone. And Wong, I don't know if he's really going to be that much helpful. It's either that.
Plus, let's be honest. I mean, it seemed like the thing that Ant-Man and the Wasp did in my mind is it solidified the quantum realm as it's going to be a main plot device for the Marvel movies.
Well,
up until Marvel or Avengers 4.
Well, especially for the fact that they made mention of the time vortexes, I think it was, right?
That's what he was collecting.
Don't get lost in the time vortex.
Yeah, because then you're lost forever.
Yeah, we won't be able to find you. It's like, oh, shit. That might be something that they might play around with, especially as like...
what if Captain Marvel got lost in one of those?
You give Scott time floating around there going, okay, well, what do I do? He figures out like the time vortexes and at least what they do, sort of. Maybe even like we don't know if it's like just like, and you can't see anything on the other side, or if you can see like a little glimpse of what's going on the other side,
or if the time vortexes, because the whole thing that they're it seems like they're going to play with in the next Avengers movie is people have mentioned like multiverses to where it's like, hey, we're not necessarily time traveling. We're going to different multiverses at different times. And there's a possibility we can see different versions of these heroes. What if the time vortexes are just jumping to different multiverses?
I feel like multiverse in the MCU is more of
mixed with time travel.
Well, let me put it this way. I think multiverse when it comes to DC and multiverse when it comes to Marvel is a little bit different because like multiverse for Marvel comes off, at least unless I'm correct me, you or them if I'm wrong, that like Dormammu has his own domain.
Whereas DC, it's like there's Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3.
But when I say they're going to do the time travel in a multiverse sense, it's going to be more of the time, like when they explain it from the Flash TV series. You have a timeline, and I'll try to do it for them more so. You have a timeline going this way, while when they go back here, it splits off and does the new part. So Cap's suit changes slightly, or this changes slightly, or this branches off this way now. And they'll go and change that in some way.
I was watching Doctor Strange about a week or two before I got sick.
Yeah.
And now at this point, because it's been 2 weeks, when they mentioned multiverses, I was like, holy crap, I didn't pay too much attention to this the first time.
Yeah.
Like, that movie explains what they're going to do multiverse-wise in Avengers 4 with the Ancient One kind of talking to him about these multiverses. We see him when he fights Dormammu with the time loop. And I wonder... I
think they use the term dimensions though, but still, I mean, it's a different universe in a sense. I
feel like with the quantum, like Ant-Man's the key because obviously he's the one that, and he understands the quantum stuff the most out of all the Avengers.
He would, yeah. He's been there twice now.
But I wonder how they're going to find him. If it's just going to be happenstance, if he's going to find something out in the quantum realm. Because I'm not expecting Scott just to be like, well, I'm going to float here and wait. He's going to try to do something.
Oh, yeah. He's not just going to sit and wait. He's going to play with the regulator. He's going to... Because that's how he did it the first time. He shut off his regulator, shrunk down, but then he reversed it with the blue because the red is the shrink.
Question is, does he have one of the new suits on?
Yeah, that's a worry.
And did they fix the new suit?
Yeah.
Where it's,
I would hope so before they sent him in.
Exactly. Like the whole movie is like, I can't even use my suit right. I can't use my suit right.
Do you want a juice box and some string cheese?
Dude, that was one of the funniest scenes.
Do you actually have those?
How was your day at school, champ?
Haha, very funny.
Or I like the part where they're looking at each other and Hank Pym just goes, so are we going to stare at each other all day and wait for them to shoot us, or are we going to go? And it's like, oh, yeah, that's right. We should probably go. Any final thoughts on this with the quantum realm and how they're going to use it in the MCU, but really Avengers 4?
I'm actually kind of confused on what they're going to do because I'm trying to figure out how Hank Pym's going to get out of this. I can't figure out yet how I can't figure out a good idea is how, Scott Lang is going to get out of it.
He's gone. He's
Dust in the wind.
Disintegrated. Exactly.
I'm trying to figure out in what way he can get out of there or who's going to save him from there. And I really don't want it to be...
It's going to be Tony or Bruce, right?
He's got to be one. I think Tony more than Bruce.
People?
But yeah, it would be one of the two. And then maybe Thor will even have some play into it with the new axe hammer, Stormbreaker. I didn't want to actually say its name, but I'm going to.
Why wouldn't you want to say its name? You don't like its name?
Compensating for something.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding. I think that was Rocket's line about it, right? Mm-hmm. Seems a little much.
But, like, this is something where I can't wait to see. Like, Captain Marvel's going to be...
I just don't want Captain Marvel to be the one to save him in there.
I would rather her be in space, but
Same.
I can see her being in the quantum realm because they're going to use it.
I can see them playing around with it at the end of the movie or something, but I don't want her being there because she's supposed to be fighting off the Skrull invasion, I thought. Mm-hmm. So how does that work when she jumps into the quantum realm?
I also cannot wait to see what they do with S.H.I.E.L.D. in Captain Marvel because Ant-Man and the Wasp, we got another backstory to Dark S.H.I.E.L.D. days where it's like, hey, we're using Ghost, basically is our version of Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
It's not manipulation and brainwashing, kind of. It's,
We'll
hey,
help you.
we're going to help you, but it's, hey, let's use her to be our secret operative and carry out missions that only she could carry out.
And who knows if the S.H.I.E.L.D. part of, the Hydra part of S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't have the play in that.
They could have. Because that's a topic that a discussion we'll have at a different day of Sonny Birch. Who's his client? Who's his employer? Who's pulling the strings, giving him the money that he needs? We're going to talk about that, obviously, on a later podcast. But this is where you guys come in. Let us know what you think down below in that comment section. What do you think of the Quantum Realm in Ant-Man and the Wasp? How is it going to play into Captain Marvel? How does it play into Avengers 4? Let us know what you guys think down below in that comment section.